Hey guys, I know a lot of you have asked for a day in the life of Andrea, and I will never bore anyone with that, but I will give you a sneak peek kind of what is going on today in my life. Sorry, message. I totally am into health and wellness, as you know, and I hope that you are getting that way too. There's so much sickness going on that we really need to wake up and say, what can I do to take care of myself? I'm all about early intervention when we get sick, and I have lots that I could share with you on that, but even better than that is actually overall prevention. And that's what I work on all the time. And if you know me, I don't get sick, but I really support my body with food and nutrition and supplements. Now, every Tuesday, this is part of the Tuesday day in the life of Andrea, every Tuesday I refill my supplement container. Now, someone told me about this a long time ago, and it is a game changer. I got it on Amazon, probably from China, sorry, but it is a planner thingy where you can refill all your medicines or your supplements for a week. And each one comes out, so if you're on the go, you can just take it. I eat like 4 or 5 times a day, so I just take it with me. I open up one and I take for that meal. During that meal, most all of mine are to be done with food. So you can see that Tuesday, it's usually empty, but I am not 100% perfect. There is actually a little bit left in Sunday and Monday. If you want to know, those are days that I work. And sometimes I just I'm not focused as much on my little things. I can barely get food in my mouth and continue working. But there are a lot of weeks that I do get 100%, and that is my goal. So I will go through and refill these every Tuesday, so I don't have to think about getting out of multiple bottles. I'm not gonna tell you everything that I take because I'm not here for an infomercial on that, but there are a lot of things that you do need to be taking. All of us need to supplement our vitamin D, and if you've ever heard me talk, I can go on and on about this. Now, I highly recommend that you go get your vitamin D level checked. I usually check mine in the winter time because that's when you're going to be where you're going to be the lowest. And that's where I usually end up doubling up my vitamin D. I do have vitamin D that's vitamin D3. It's got 5,000 IUs per little pill. And so all year long I do 1 a day, but wintertime I usually do 2 a day, depending. But my levels are on the high end, but it is because I supplement. I eat vegan, so I don't have a lot of vitamin D enriched milk or the things like that. I leave that for the baby cows. I don't drink milk, but you guys probably do. So you might get more vitamin D from that. I get a lot from my food and from my protein powders and things like that. So vitamin D is the most important thing. The other thing is vitamin C. You can never get too much of vitamin C, and it does help us build our immune system to protect from viruses and to kill viruses. So very important these days. I also do minerals that are liquid. These are fulvic, humic minerals. Do those every day, just throw them in water. And this one also, it's got tons of stuff in it. I throw it in water, doesn't really taste. I'll throw lemon to detox at the same time. So then at nighttime, I do some called magnesium. If you ever research magnesium, we all need magnesium, everything. Our body thrives off of this. If you think about your immune system, that is the key thing to prevent most every disease. When your immune system is knocked down, that's when you can get diabetes, type 2 diabetes, when you can get cancer, you can get all kinds of things just from having your immune system knocked down, a lot of autoimmune disorders. So it's good to research and figure out what you do need. I am constantly obsessed with that, so I have lots to share with you guys personally if you want more information. Now, the other thing that is just as important is how we feed our body. Everything that we put in ourselves. I don't know if you guys grew up in the 70s. I grew up in the 70s, and we had the cartoon on Saturdays that said, "You are what you eat, from your head down to your feet." I mean, I knew the jingle, but I didn't really know what that meant. Now I know what it means. Everything you eat builds your cells, and you're constantly replenishing that. So next year you could be a whole new person if you started over and really decided what you wanted to feed your body to regenerate the cells that your body's killing off. So I am going to share, I know you guys have heard my oatmeal story, how I didn't really like oatmeal when I started, and I was told to eat oatmeal, and I was like, ugh, oatmeal's yuck. But I figured out how to love oatmeal, but now I have figured out how to transform my oatmeal into an oatmeal little cake. You could make it a muffin, you could make it a cake, whatever you want to do. And I've shared this recipe with a lot of people, and a lot of people, I feel, need this recipe. So depending on how much oatmeal you need, I use just organic rolled oat flakes. Like, I don't know if you can see it. I usually will weigh them out. So I have a little scale, because something about oatmeal, it can cram pack or it can be loose, and it really makes a big difference in the weight of it. So I'll put my scale on grams, and I usually measure out. See, now that looked like a half a cup, which this is marked half a cup. If you look on the oatmeal package, half a cup says 40 grams. Oh, no, no. This just weighed 60 grams, and it looked like it was a flat half cup. So I usually try to get closer to 50, because I am an overachiever, so 40 is not quite enough, but 50 is good. But you could totally do precisely 40 if you want your exact half cup. So I put the rest of the flakes back. So then I just have my rolled oats in a bowl. And normally I would just add water and maybe some almond butter and cinnamon and some stevia. But when I make it in a cake, this is where we up level it. I use a, let's get this closer. I use a coffee grinder, which I did not come up with this recipe, by the way, but I have adapted it to what I need, and I love it. So I'll put it in the oatmeal, in the coffee grinder, and I'm going to grind it up into like a flour, which is the base of any cake, right? I will put it, just takes a second. And then I have a ground powder, and I will put it in my ceramic dish. Now I use a ceramic bowl because I microwave it. You can bake in this kind of bowl. If you wanted to bake it in the oven, you could bake it in the oven. I microwave it just because I'm lazy, I think, but it's really fast. So I have that. Then I will put some ground cinnamon, which I just get bulk at Natural Grocers. Some people measure with a teaspoon. I just sprinkle. So I just put a generous coating because I love oatmeal. It's probably at least a tablespoon, I would say. Then I take peanut butter powder, which it just has a little bit less fat probably than what normal peanut butter would be. The peanut butter powder just up levels it also. So I'll put a couple tablespoons in. If you want to be precise, you could measure that also on the scale, but I do like my peanut butter. Then I have organic stevia powder, which is good for baking, not adding a lot of sugar. And it's got the tiniest little teaspoon thingy in it, so I put a couple of those. I kind of heap them a little bit. That makes it just a little bit sweeter. Don't really worry about it. Doesn't really have a lot of anything in it except stevia, which is a plant. I do eat plant-based, so. Then I will stir it. Stir it up pretty good. So I kind of have what you would have your dry ingredients from a cake box or whatever, how you'd make your cake. You do your dry ingredients first. I will put just a splash of salt, just a little bit in there, bring out the flavor. Then I add almond milk. Now, it's probably about a half a cup, but I like to add it as I stir it to get the consistency, kind of like cake batter. So I'll pour it in, and I'll stir it. I've measured it before, and it's really precisely right at a half a cup. But you could also put it on the scale as you stir it so you would know. Try to get it the right, almost perfect. So you want it kind of liquidy like it would be cake batter. I'll show you. So you can kind of see it's real thin. I would never eat oatmeal like this. That would be disgusting. But we're getting ready to bake it, so it's going to be good. Now, a finale, which you may or may not want to do, I like to do it sometimes, is to put just a few. I have these stevia baking chocolate chips, but you want to weigh them because You'd never want to trust a tablespoon because you'd want to eat the whole bag, and that would not be good. But it's just made with stevia instead of so much sugar like normal ones would be. The serving size is it says 30 chips or 14 grams. So I'll do 14 grams. It's just 50 calories. And I sprinkle it on top. Yes, perfect. And it makes a beautiful top coating. Now, pro tip, which my husband actually told me he tried and taught me this. You sprinkle a little bit of salt on top. So it's like chocolate with salt on top. It's delightful. So you barely sprinkle it. And then you have your dish that you can bake. Now you can stir your chocolate chips in or you can leave the chocolate chips out. It's perfectly fine. I just kind of like it as a bonus. And then I'm gonna microwave it for 2 minutes and then I'll come talk to you about something else. Real quick, now if you wanna do your vitamin D level, you can have it done through your doctor's office, but a lot of times that costs a lot more money if you have to contribute to a deductible or something like that. I don't do that. I always do from directlabs.com. If you've never used them for lab work, it's amazing. It's the same exact place that you would go and get your lab for your doctor and pay for it through your insurance, but you can buy directly online and get your results like within 24 hours usually, but it's never been more than a couple days for me. And I monitor everything pretty closely every 6 months or so. And so if you get on their email list, they have coupons for every holiday. And coming up is a holiday next weekend is Labor Day. So if you get on that email list, they always have a coupon of 1% off or something. And they have monthly specials also where they'll do chemistries or hormones, or it'll be thyroid month. And they have really good prices on their labs. And then if anything is askew, you can always take that to your doctor. If you need someone to interpret it, or if you have some red flags, like I don't know what's going on, you can monitor it that way. It's great to take to your doctor and it saves you time. And you can just talk to your doctor about it when you have your appointment instead of going to the doctor, getting labs ordered, going getting your labs, and then going back to the doctor to discuss them. I mean, it just saves you time and energy also, and you may be just fine and not even need to go to your doctor at that point. So that might save you a lot of stress and headache. Now, let me see if I was going to tell you anything else. Okay, I think our thing is almost done. Let me see. Almost. Now, you can eat it warm like cake. You can just dip. It's really good warm, but I like to freeze it. I put it in my freezer and get it cold. It just makes it taste all different. So you can do it. You could do it in a muffin size pan if you want to do less oatmeal. If you want to do like 1/3 of a cup or whatever, you could do it in a smaller bowl or pan. You can bake it in your oven at 350 also. I've never done that, so I'm not sure what the timing would be, but it might be more like 15 minutes instead of my 2 minutes. So it's done in the microwave. So you can kind of see it, and all the chocolate chips are a little melty. I'll show you what it looks like when you dip into it. Oh man, this thing is hot. So you can see it will lift out like a cake. Get a piece here so you can kind of see that it looks like cake, tastes like cake. It's cinnamon, peanut butter with a little bit of salted chocolate on top. I am gonna freeze it so that I can eat it later. It's really good. Now, the last thing I was gonna say, I'm gonna try to come on every day and give you some tips of different things for keeping yourself healthy. I'll also show you what it takes to keep Martha Pearl brushed. If you wanna see her right now. Hey Martha, come here. Here, Martha. She is hot mess. She looks awful. Sit. But I've worked the last couple days, so she's just been running amok. And running amok for Martha, she looks like this when she's done running amok. Hey Marty, look. Yeah, her bow is all kinds of crazy. She looks horrendous. So I'll probably show you what it takes to brush her out and give her a makeover. A live makeover is always fun to watch. So I'll probably actually, I don't know if I can keep from brushing her today. Maybe I'll just video it and send it to you all because she is a mess, and she will look good when I'm done with her though. She will be very cute and ready to go. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And if I can help you with anything, for sure let me know. I can help you with preventative things to boost your immune system. Most important is nutrition, and everything you eat matters, and it all helps with your overall body. The reason I use stevia is because sugar is it's inflammatory. And if you know anything about viruses going around, they are inflammatory. So you don't want to really add to that. And everything that's processed in a package and frozen or out to eat, it's all laced with sugar, because that's how they get you addicted, wanting to come back for more. So your nuggets that taste so good at Chick-fil-A, lots of sugar. Your fries, lots of sugar. It's insane. So you really have to read your labels and try to find the thing that does limit sugar for you. And anything that you cook for yourself, I guarantee you that I can up-level your recipe and make it where it's healthier by cooking it yourself. Or you can just probably find a better brand that would be more nutritionally sound for you and your overall health and wellness goals. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.